What's up, everybody? It's Jackson back with all the Jackson fans. Are we ready to go?
How's it going, Jackson fans?
Thought I'd start the show off with some energy.
Yeah, man. You don't want to come out flat, because all these people, they've been waiting for their fix of Jackson, bro.
They've been fiending, they've been clawing at each other's throats to just get one taste.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to provide. Daddy provides.
You know, and we've been less active recently than we thought we were going to be because we got cease and desisted for the Brendan Schaub cast. We did get in a little bit of legal trouble.
Several times.
we
we refused to take any kind of pleas or anything acquiesce. Because Brendan Schaubcast is our baby.
Yeah, so if you've been wondering why you haven't been seeing the Schaubcast, it's because Brendan got a little upset. He says it's just a little too much Brendan, which I didn't think I could hear coming from Brendan. But apparently that's what we achieved, and honestly that's what I was going for.
I think that there's still a lot of Brendan that we haven't even explored yet. Like, there's too much.
Can we turn this thing off?
We can.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering, why does this sound shitty?
You want to restart?
Maybe, yeah.
Sure.
That'll do. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't notice that sooner.
Fades so sweetly into the background.
Okay. Doing her over in 3, in 2, in 1. What's up, my little...
What's up, Jackson fans?
Hey, Jackson fans. This is Jackson fans. Oh, there's Jackson. There's your guy. You happy? You got your fucking fix.
Put your J's up, and by put your J's up, I mean, hold on, let me do this with the right... Put your J's up, and that stands for Jackson. All right, guys, and that's going to be a new thing.
J's up, Jackson.
No, that's an L.
What?
You put an L up, you fucking idiot.
Fuck. I'm sorry. Wait, okay, there. Jackson fan.
You're not a Laxon fan. You're a Jackson fan. Now act like it.
I'm a Lamar Jackson fan.
Lamar Jackson fan.
Our fucking, our homeboy, Outlaw Generations, I feel like we gotta do a segment on him soon because he's just a gold mine, and he's been putting up videos lately that's just like classic Outlaw, where it's like I listen to him in my car, like on just like on a way to somewhere, because I can't stand like looking at him for too long or whatever. I'm just like, I'll just listen to him be like,
it's not something
that's too spicy. It's just like
it's not something that relaxes you.
No,
it's entertaining by virtue of how bad he is at like doing his job as a food reviewer.
Yeah.
And he's incredibly good at being incredibly bad at that. And so that's that level of consistency that we love.
If you've ever seen Report of the Week, he is like the bizarro version of that man. Where it's like the Report of the Week just takes like unbelievable hilarious care with the way that he'll dissect a fast food meal.
Yeah.
And you appreciate it because there's a lot of guys that don't. And then like Outlaw is like the underworld version of him. It's just like can't even come up with one adjective about the food he's eating most of the time.
Yeah, Report of the Week is impressively consistent in like his taste as well.
Yeah.
Outlaw is consistent in having zero consistency between his videos, and like they're either in his car or on a couch or on a different couch or in a closet.
Yeah. And even though it was in a lost episode, I feel like I do eventually have to bring back that video where he says, tell everyone to say, hey, Jackson fans.
Yeah.
'Cause I want everyone to know where that's from, and we're the only ones that have that video.
This would have been a great opportunity because wasn't that like a birthday thing initially?
It was,
And
yeah. That's right. That was a year ago, yeah.
It's that time of the season, folks, where all you Jackson fans, by the way, you guys have to buy me birthday presents. It's part of the deal.
Yeah, P.O. Box. Actually, it'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start a P.O. box
right
just so you can send me birthday presents. And it is also Brandon's birthday, but don't send him anything.
Yeah, no, I don't want anything. This is a Jackson thing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put...
if you're lucky, I'll give you a couple Legos.
the extra fucking Lego Duplos at the bottom of the bag.
I'll give you the orange tool that you use to like separate two ones that are stuck together.
Hey, buddy, you want the Allen wrench from my IKEA chair? Yes, Jackson.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but look, bro, I spent every cent I had recently on scratch offs, and didn't go well. I must say.
You didn't win anything.
Yeah,
you won $0.
It's crazy. Spent $800 on scratchers, not a dime back.
Okay, be honest. You spent $1,600.
Yeah, I did. And I'm not learning my lesson either. I'm gonna keep going with it.
Yeah, I've never seen someone make absolutely zero money back from that many scratchers.
It's kind of crazy. It makes you feel like I'm on the upswing now.
Yeah, and it's weird because I've paid attention, and the guy that comes in after you to buy scratch offs, like the next guy in line, he always wins.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it keeps
you just
me
never
going.
buy enough.
It keeps me going.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the problem. Is you never buy enough. You always stop just a little too soon.
Oh my goodness! But I need more scratchers, frankly. Yeah, and there's only one way to get it, and that's by shilling my reputation to these companies.
Yeah, we need scratcher money, and these companies are willing to provide it as long as we degrade ourselves to promote their products.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Have you, my dear consumer, ever felt the urge to make your dingus look all red and puffy like a baboon's asshole? Well, fear not. Dumb Street LLC is proud to announce its partnership with AdamandEve.com, and we're here to bring you a pump like no other. Try the brand new Pump and Dump by Dumb Street. The P&D penis pump system is German engineered to maximize its power, efficiency, and strength. After just four excruciating seconds of penis pumpage, your hog will be looking like a ripe bell pepper, guaranteed. Yell at your spouse to make you order one today. Look,
this is exciting.
I've been using this without having sexual relations with my wife. I just do it for my own pleasure.
Yeah.
And frankly, it is gratifying because it makes my penis so upset and sensitive that I can climax just by if the breeze makes my pants rub against me in a certain way. I go, and then it's over for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, the orgasm's over, but not the pain. The pain lasts for several hours.
And it gets worse after you climax.
Yeah, actually, absolutely it does.
Because it chafes. You know, I've never had my penis chafe before. That's pretty cool.
Well, essentially what the pump does, it's like industrial. It creates a vacuum inside of it, and it basically explodes the blood vessels in your penis. Yeah, it bursts them to create that pumpage effect that we're so famous for now.
Kind of makes you like perpetually erect if you think about it.
And once you come, your muscles contract, and so it's excruciating. It's awful. But that orgasm, it lasts for about 1.5 seconds, and it's one of the most incredible feelings of all time. People have compared it to DMT.
Oh shit! You want to do you want to now give up your reputation to a company so that you and I look, I respect that we each make our own money from this, but I did borrow a lot of scratchers, so I was wondering if maybe you could front me this week for next week on your ad.
Yeah, so I know you do have to buy a few more scratchers, so...
well, I already bought them is the problem.
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
I owe money to the scratcher guy.
Yeah, do you see how that's like a dick move? Like to...
Well, I'm just asking. You don't have to say yes, but I get my scratchers
I am going to
from
say
a guy.
yes, but it's a dick move because I'm your friend and we trust each other, and
Well,
trust you to pay me back because I know eventually you're going to buy enough, and you're eventually going to get...
You know when I hit, I'm going to get you right. When I finally hit, I'm going to get you right.
You're down $1,600, and like just one more day, and you're going to be down $1,400.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
You just got to hit that fucking lucky swing.
Exactly.
Dude. You just got to hit it.
Well, I'm happy to front you that cash. Might as well make it, though,
Yeah.
right? So might as well read this ad as well. Do you ever feel like you just can't do anything right? Did the male role models in your life fail to beat the little girl out of you? Well, say hello to your new daddy, DJ Sensei Dax Ribbone, just off exit 29 on Obamala Street, next to Jollibee, you'll find Alpha Core Dojo and Dance Club, owned by the one and only DJ Sensei Dax Rinbone. His philosophy is simple. Inside each one of us is grown men. Inside each one of us grown men is a little girl who just wants to try on heels. And when a father fails to instill the core tenets of Alpha Core mentality, that little girl lives inside of you still. A man must abide by these tenets in order to maintain sexual attraction to his wife. Stay out of trouble with the law and keep the homicidal thoughts at bay. The core tenets that will henceforth rule your life is as follows. 1. You are only allowed to watch movies that pass the DAX test, the opposite of the Bechdel test. Oh, so I can watch Fight Club.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
Nothing with a woman.
If you don't sweat, you don't squirm. If you don't squirm, you don't squeal. If you don't squeal, DJ Sensei Dax Ribbone doesn't like that. Number 3. One must engage in slowing, the opposite of fasting. No meals. Sorry. No meals. Instead, eat single grains of rice at all times throughout the day, never feeling hungry or full. Number 4. Women are for sexual release only. You spend all your time at the dojo with your bros building up your libido, and only when you get way too horny do you go home to your wife. Never cross that line. Punch only with the intent to kill. That's rule number 5. Punch only with the intent to kill. If after mastering these principles there's still a little girl in you, come down to Alpha Core Dojo and Dance Studio, and DJ Sensei Dax Ribbone will sort you out. Thank you, DJ Sensei Dax Ribbone.
Look, I've failed as a father in every way, but I do send my kids to Alpha Core DJ. DJ.
I totally acknowledge that you failed as a father, and I accept that. But you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, but my kids learn the right stuff. Mm-hmm. I make sure they go to the right places, learn the right stuff. And
you have 4 girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not allowed to talk to the boys because that'd ruin their fucking Alpha Core mentality.
Yeah, but they still have to go.
They have to go. They can watch. They're not allowed to talk about it, and they're not allowed to interact with the boys.
Mm-hmm. They just stand in the class and you pay for it.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's a good fucking dad.
That's a good. Look, I don't do a lot for my kids, but I make sure that they learn this shit.
Because he admits his mistakes and he improves the lives of his children with Alpha Core.
Yeah, man, my kids are all strong, and while they are terrified of women, they'll never have to interact with them.
Mm-hmm. So I'm terrified of your kids because of how strong they are.
Oh god, yeah, those punches are lethal, bro.
They only punch with the intent to kill.
I don't know what they do in there, but it's crazy, bro. You see those little guys throw those punches. You're like, I don't want to get in front of that shit at all.
Yeah, I think there's some kind of MK Ultra style psychedelic induction program that makes it so that they can only punch with the intent to kill.
Yeah, and they're not allowed to talk about their sessions either. It's like, for part of it, they'll do like this kind of presentation of like they call it Dax Ribbone's shows of strength.
Mm-hmm. Those are so fun.
Yeah, where they'll kind of just like throw each other around and show what they're capable of. Mm-hmm. But I'd say 60% of each session they go into the back room and you don't see that. Even as a father, I don't know what goes on back there.
I've visited some of these classes before. I don't have any kids or a family or anything. I just like to pop in.
It's a fun place to hang out. They got a bar there.
I like to pop in, just watch the kids throw each other around. It's a good time. And then, yeah, you're right. At like the 40-minute mark out of the 100 minutes of the class, that's when the two-way mirror goes completely black and you can't see anything anymore. And so yeah, you just wonder what they're doing back there, and they don't make you leave, but
Yeah.
like guys will start like nudging you, like
guys,
towards the door.
Yeah, well, and obviously there's the dojo part, and then there's also the dance studio, right?
Yeah.
So they'll try to kind of redirect you towards like, oh, look, we're certainly, we've got a deal on Margs right now.
Yeah, there's mostly
the
only
disco
a bar
balls-
in the dance studio.
There is a disco ball spinning, but there's like underneath it, there's kind of just tables and chairs. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure where you're supposed to dance exactly, but it's kind of a unique vibe.
There is a dance instructor at the front of the class that keeps dancing.
Yeah.
It's really hard to
one
follow
guy-
along because he's
way
not
too
the
fast.
only guy.
Super fast tempo on
He's
that
really
dance.
fast, and there's just not enough room because he's doing really big, expressive dance moves, and it's really, really difficult to follow along. But it's a great time, and that's why I go to these to watch these classes and not for the kids.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you were there for the kids, I mean, obviously, like,
That's gross.
You're in the wrong place because they're like, in private with Dax Ribbone for most of it. So it's like you're gonna have to go through Dax. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
We just both got a text from the president telling us that we have to end this podcast immediately.
He said it's important. Get to Washington now. Okay.
The army needs you.
Well, I think I have an inkling on why we might be so important, and that's because we are both visionary scriptwriters.
This is true, man.
We are both in talks with two different studios, and we're trying to get animated films pitched to them.
I love animated films. I love the pictures. I love it.
Lion King 2019. That
Yes.
one's so good. Those lions looked so real, and I
It's
loved every
so
second.
realistic, and Donald Glover and Beyonce,
Oh,
and it's
I
a star-studded cast, and oh my goodness, it's just
I loved him in
magic.
Solo.
Yes.
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 You know me, man. I have a big poster of that movie in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Because I can't get enough. But
You've watched it so many times, and you know all the characters,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For example, go ahead and list 5 characters.
From
Solo.
yes,
A Star Wars story.
Han, Chubert,
Rudy Chubert.
Rudy Chubert, and then you got Dark Vag and
Vag.
and Blando
Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, him.
Yes.
And is that 4?
One more.
And Gorp the little animal.
Gorp is so funny. I've never seen this
Gorp the
movie,
little
but
animal
that just
creature.
sounds great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or he's like a robot or something.
I've never
It's one
seen
of
Star
those
Wars
two.
either.
Yeah, just watched Solo or not?
No, I'm more of a Star Trek guy. I'm totally mutually exclusive on that.
Even? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love Star Trek because it's like, it's kind of just like I only watched it when I was a kid, so this is my child recollection of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of just they talk on a spaceship for a while, and then they zip down to a planet, and then they pretend like they're going to use a gun for a while, and
Oh,
then,
yeah.
and then they never use it,
Mhm.
and then they go back in the spaceship.
Yeah, and my favorite part is after all that, Kirk will be like, and that's just another day being a captain aboard the Enterprise. It's so good.
But look, yeah, that's for children, okay, and and that's stupid baby children shit.
It's garbage. It's trash.
Okay, but good children's movies
Like ours.
Yeah, like the ones that we're envisioning it's kind of like I feel like there's no movies for Gen Alpha. Don't you feel this way?
I totally feel that way.
All these kids movies, they're of the past, man, and none of them speak to the current generation of children.
And think about it. We got the FNAF movie like 8 years after it was relevant at all.
They made an Angry Birds movie in
So
2017.
Yeah, we're probably going to be getting a Skibbity Toilet movie in 25 years. And so we have to think about these kids and what they're absorbing and how to, like, you know, give them something entertaining but also impactful.
Well, and I know that you recently were really inspired by Kung Fu Panda 4.
Absolutely. I watched that back to back in theaters. I didn't leave, I didn't sleep, I didn't eat. And like, even when the theater closed down, I just hid under the seats so they wouldn't find me, and I just slept there until the next day showing started, and then I just did that whole thing again, and I just did it all again the next day.
On the real though, I did do that, not that exactly, but I did stay an entire day in a movie theater to watch the Emoji Movie.
Yeah, that is your feat.
Yeah, that's probably the most impressive thing I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And look, and I can only hope that people will show my future children's movies that kind of same dedication.
Mm-hmm. I hope Gen Alpha gets a movie like the Emoji Movie.
Ultimately, what we're trying to do here is an essentially kind of like, you know, PragerU kids.
Indoctrination.
Yeah,
I think
we want to have a whole system of
indoctrination
content
is such a
creation.
dirty word, but literally it's just teaching kids stuff.
Yes,
okay.
It's education. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
And yeah, so like I know you, since Kung Fu Panda 4, you've been in talks with DreamWorks.
Mm-hmm.
Me, you know, I just love everything Disney. I can't get enough Disney. I'm more of a Disney kind of guy.
You're a huge Disney adult.
Yeah, man. I'm always
Anyone that has met you will say that about you.
Yeah, man. You can always catch me at the parks,
Yes.
waiting in line.
Well, you're at Galaxy's Edge, like, and you keep going through the lightsaber building line, and you keep paying $500, and you just keep making the same lightsaber in the same color, and you just say, "I need to do that again. That was so awesome."
Yeah, I just have. Like, I paid $25 for like half a portion of like just like 2 single riblets over rice.
Yeah,
and I pay
that
like,
costs $20.
Yeah, $25 for that, and then a $15 scoop of gelato. And I go,
and a $16
magic.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, this is magical. And I posted on my Instagram. I have a whole Instagram about parking. Which, by the way, that is a future segment on this show. I go through. I follow all these Instagram accounts of these insane fucking people that just like obsess over planning their Disney trip.
Yeah,
disgusting.
You mean cool? Because that's your character.
Oh yeah, my bad. But yeah, man, I always get inspired when I go to the parks and I see you know, a plastic like Remy on a brick wall, and I go, oh, see that? It's like from the movie.
Yeah, you say,
and that's the
oh
kind
my
of stuff I
god,
love.
I can't believe a rat voiced by Patton Oswalt is in front of me.
And I go, what the fuck? This is like from the movie.
This is heaven. This is what heaven is like.
And then I wait 2 hours to fucking go to ride in a log and get water squirted at me.
Yeah, and you're wet the whole rest of the day.
Just walking around soggy Crocs, bro.
You go eat dinner at Gaston's Pavilion, and you just sop water all over the floor. An old lady trips on it.
Yeah, so ultimately we want to
capture that.
Yeah, we want to have, you know, a whole Dump Street kids content house where we're just kind of pumping out these movies.
Dump Kids is what we're calling it.
Dump Kids, and then obviously we want to create Dump World.
Yeah.
The live action theme park where you can interact with all these
Dump
characters.
Studios.
Yeah, guys that walk around in big costumes dressed like us. You know, that's kind of our vision for this whole thing.
That big picture, we're thinking global markets is what we really want to appeal to.
Start in Thailand, kind of test drive it there, see if people like it, and then maybe we'll...
Thailand is a barometer you can base every single other human society on.
Yeah. But yeah, man, so we have these talks with these executives at DreamWorks and at Pixar, and we know that they watch this show, and we told them, hey, you better watch the next episode because we're gonna have some pitches for you.
Okay.
Yeah. We told them, like, we're trying to get.
Keep your eye on the ball, because
Yeah.
only one of you is going to catch that.
Yeah, we're trying to get a little startup capital for dump kids because we need to actually work with these large studios, kind of build off them, get a little startup capital so we can start our own thing.
So this is just a personal message to all of our potential investors. We need your help so we can dump kids.
Yes, please help us dump kids. Kids need dumps. That's
So
information
true.
from us.
So true.
And look, what's your kid watching? Fucking Miss Rachel, Skibidi Toilet, Coco Melon. That's not gonna teach them anything.
That's just going to rot their brain and make them liberals.
Yes, exactly. So give your child's minds to us when you're not of age.
Let us shape them into something that we can use to further our own agendas.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
And yeah, one of the primary ways to do this is with entertainment, because you don't have to. It's not like education. You don't have to force it on them. They want to soak this shit up.
Edutainment's what I call it.
Yeah, valuetainment, some would call it.
Valuetainment, BBD would say. Well, who should pitch their film first? I think it's maybe rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
How are we doing it? That's 2 out of 3?
Well, no, we'll just do it one and done, and it's rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, you got it.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, go ahead.
All right, baby.
All right. So you're speaking to DreamWorks here.
I am. Okay. Let's just start off with the title.
Okay.
This is a direct sequel. This is a pitch for a direct sequel to DreamWorks' Flushed Away.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I love that one.
This film is called Flushed Away 2: The Sewerverse.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're interested.
A whole fucking universe of rats. Why did I never think of this?
Rats have infinite potential.
Of course they do.
That's on the PowerPoint.
Kids love a rat. Bro, Chuck E. Cheese, Flushed Away, Ratatouille.
Those are 3 things that kids love.
Kids love a rat.
Kids love a rat, and that's something I'm hoping to exploit with my script. Well, it's not necessarily a script. This is a plot synopsis, and we are going to start where else but at the beginning.
Yes.
Roddy, the main character voiced by Hugh Jackman, and Rita, his wife, are enjoying a mostly quiet but exciting life together aboard the Jammy Dodger 2. A junk trawling ship that was destroyed and rebuilt in the first film. They are now known as local heroes by the people of Ratropolis, and we see the local shop owners giving them discounts on their supplies. They've been living off their shared savings, which was earned by selling the emerald and ruby from Roddy's old affluent home. As they prepare to welcome their first children into the world, it becomes clear that they need a new source of income. They start to take on junk trawling contracts and scavenge the sewers for valuables together. One day, Roddy meets an old man at an inn he's staying at with Rita near a slug fishing village in the sewers. The man tells him a fisherman's tale about a beautiful red herring living in the sludge river. He says its pearly red scales would fetch any fisherman who caught it a hefty reward. And so, Roddy, anxious about not making enough to support his expecting wife, takes the Jammy Dodger out at midnight to try and find this mysterious herring. As he sits patiently with his eyes darting across the surface of the sludge, he hears a noise from below deck. Before he can get up to investigate, he notices the Jammy Dodger's junk hook has started bobbing. He turns back around towards the direction of the noise to find his wife, looking sleepy and confused. It's clear she had just woken up. Just as he says, "Rita, what are you?" The boat is yanked forward at tremendous speed, knocking the rats over. The boat is pulled through mountains of shit and other sewer debris, while whatever is pulling them weaves through a maze of pipes. While straining to hold on to the starboard railing, Rita catches the briefest glimpse of the creature's dirty red scales and powerful tail ripping through the brown water. Rita turns to Roddy and shouts, I'm going to get that wrong 100 times. Roddy and shouts, "Are we seriously about to die because you went after a red herring?" Roddy is choked up at first, but says, "I'm sorry, Rita." Rita looks down and back up and says, Just then, the claustrophobic tunnels of the sewer suddenly open up, and we cut to a wide shot of the Jammy Dodger 2 and the red herring, which is revealed to be a mechanical toy fish. They are both hanging mid-air like in Looney Tunes. We hold for about 3 seconds. Nothing moves. Roddy, hanging in stop time, frozen mid-panic, looks left, looks right, then stands up. He walks over to the bow, looks at the robofish. "Wow," he says. "Is that a robot fish?" Rita also unfreezes and walks into frame next to him and replies, "I think so, yeah. I'm quite shocked, actually." Roddy replies, "But I feel like this reveal happened too soon. It kind of cheapens the twist a little bit." Rita replies, "I don't know. Maybe it's setting up for a more shocking twist later on." Roddy says, "I doubt it." Another moment passes without anything moving. Roddy looks at Rita and asks, "So, what was that question you were going to ask me earlier?" You got cut off by that freeze frame gag. Rita says, "Oh, that. It's been going on for so long that I've completely forgotten." "Really?" says Roddy. "It wasn't that long." "I'm sorry, you're probably right." Rita's face perks up. "Oh, I remember now." Roddy asks, "About what you were trying to say earlier?" "No," Rita says. "I remember that we're supposed to be falling." The boat falls straight down into a dark and seemingly endless pit. Because they weren't anchored to the deck, both Rita and Roddy fall much slower than the massive boat. Roddy tries to do the swimming through the air thing, but it doesn't work and he just looks like a jackass. He recovers and maneuvers himself like a skydiver in freefall to be next to Rita. Rita shouts over the sound of rushing wind, "I think I've remembered what I was going to say." Roddy shouts back, "Don't worry about that just now. Grab my hand." He reaches out his hand for her. Right before she can take hold, a huge object slams into Roddy, sending him hurtling into the darkness. A close-up shot of Rita saying, "No!" pulls back quickly to mimic Roddy flying away. We see Roddy tumbling through the air as he is sent at high speeds inside of a narrow pipe. He bounces along the comedically sharp-angled pipes and is sent through a series of sight gags that I'm too lazy to come up with right now, so please use your imagination. It's a sewer, so maybe there's poop or something. Or flies having a quinceañera. There's 2 for you, right there. Poop and Spanish flies. Fuck you. Act 2.
Yes.
Anyways, after a few more gags, Roddy tumbles out of the pipe and rolls to a stop. He finds himself not in the muck of the sewer, but rather on a street of cobblestones. He struggles to get himself back to his feet, but his eyes become wide as he takes in his surroundings. We see a new, strange rat city skyline. It looks almost like the bustling city of Ratropolis, but with a dystopian brutalist flair to the architecture. There are long streets littered with flags, statues, and loudspeakers blaring propaganda late into the evening. Roddy starts to walk the street. "I need to get help so I can find Rita," he says, determined. As he walks the red neon-bathed street, we notice the rat citizens crossing to the other side of the street from Roddy, but otherwise going about their business. He looks at an old woman sitting by her window. After a moment of eye contact, she pulls the curtain closed quickly. Roddy continues to wander the city streets until he ends up at a bar. When he walks inside, no one seems to notice or care about his presence, and so he decides to grab a stool at the bar. The bartender walks over and in a somewhat gravelly voice says, "What'll it be, newcomer?" P.S. The bartender is voiced by Nick Kroll.
Thank God. He needs some work right now.
Roddy runs his hands over his shit-covered jacket pockets, looking for some spare rat dollars.
Nick Kroll.
He realizes he doesn't have any and drops his head and fists on the bar in a defeated anguish. Nick Kroll, bartender, says, "Please, sir, you're getting shit all over my seats and bar. Rats come here to eat." Roddy looks up and wipes the tears from his face, but mostly just smears shit on his face. "I'm sorry, my good man. You're quite right. Well, seeing as I have no money for libations, might I ask you for some information? I need to find a way back home. I need to find a way out of here." Everyone in the bar goes silent and stares at terror in Roddy. "What?" Roddy starts to speak, but the bartender covers his mouth. "None of you rats heard that. You never heard it because you never said nothing at all. Next round's on me." The bar patrons turn around and pretend to go back to talking to each other and drinking. The bartender says, "Follow me," and makes his way over to his office. Roddy decides to follow apprehensively. Roddy opens the door to find the bartender sitting down in his chair. Please, take a seat, the bartender says. He explains to Roddy that this town has a history that goes even further back than Retropolis. However, much of it has been purposefully covered up by the current regime. Roddy asks, how could something like this happen? The bartender says, ask him, as he unrolls a propaganda poster for the rat in charge of this regime, Rudolph Rattler.
Whoa.
We cut to the outside of the bar where a row of black-booted soldiers in uniform march towards the entrance. Cut to black. We fade in on a ship in harbor. It's a long yacht, and its facade is comprised of threatening angles and black paint. Do you know what I pursue above all else, meine Fräulein? Says a man on the deck, reclining in a beach chair. We can't see his face yet. The woman he's addressing responds, What is it, Supreme Leader? Virtue? Peace? The man turns his face to the camera, revealing that he is Rudolph Rattler. He also has a large old scar on his face that isn't present on any of the statues or propaganda posters. No, Fräulein, he says in a condescending tone. But in a way, my ultimate goal can bring about all of what you suggested. The woman looks at him puzzled. He says, I seek perhaps the most noble prize a man can obtain. I seek the ability to bring about change as I see fit. I seek ultimate power, and because I am willing to sacrifice more than anyone in search of this power, that means it is rightfully mine. We cut back to the bar. The regime police have subdued Roddy. We see one of them hit the bartender hard, sending him to the floor. Roddy lets out a distressed, "No, stop," before being knocked out by another soldier. Roddy wakes up, tied to a chair on the deck of the boat from earlier. Where am I? He mutters. The voice of Rattler says, You are where unknown agitators belong, as he emerges from the shadows dramatically. Under my keen and watchful eye. Roddy is stunned into silence. From now on, I'm afraid I'll be the one asking questions, little mouse. Where did you come from? Who sent you? Roddy responds, I'm from Retropolis, but I'm originally from the surface. Rattler's ears prick up at this news. This is Roddy. I never intended to come here. I was attacked by an animatronic herring. You have to believe me. Rattler asks, What the hell are you talking about? Just then, the boat is rocked by a heavy impact. Rattler shouts, What the hell was that? As a second impact occurs. Oh God, it's back, Roddy exclaims. The third impact sends Roddy flying through the air, still tied to the chair. Roddy collides with the surface of the dock, and the chair breaks apart. As Roddy regains his bearings, he sees the mouth of the herring speeding towards him. He sprints along the dock towards the solid ground, narrowly escaping the herring. Roddy, hopped up on adrenaline, keeps running down the narrow, unfamiliar streets. He keeps going with no real direction. He gets slower and more exhausted as he goes. We see him walking along a large, dark sewer river, struggling with each step. He finally gives in and collapses onto the floor. He stares up at the ceiling. I can't run any further, he says to himself. And as much as I want to, I can't blame that damned fish. It's all my fault, as he lays on the ground. He starts to notice a rumbling sound coming closer. He starts to panic, worried that the herring might have found him again. He tries to run, but he can only manage a crawl. The rumbling gets louder and louder as Roddy's panic grows. Roddy's eyes clamp shut out of fear, and he whispers a plea to no one in particular that the herring doesn't see him. The rumbling stops suddenly, and after a moment, Roddy finally decides to look at the source of the noise. Right in front of his face is a large reptilian eyeball staring straight at him. Roddy shrieks pathetically and scrambles to the wall while staring, paralyzed at this enormous creature. He hears a voice shout, Roddy! He looks up to his left to see Rita riding on the back of this animal. Is it really you, Roddy? We cut to Roddy and Rita hugging one another on the back of what we now see is an alligator. Roddy says through tears, I'm so sorry I got you into this mess. It's all my fault for going after that stupid fish. Rita replies, I'm okay, really. I'm still trying to figure out how I ended up sleeping on the lower deck of the Dodger. I know that I fell asleep in our room at the inn. Roddy looks puzzled. What do you mean? Rita answers, I'm not sure, but I think someone put me on that boat. Roddy looks shocked and then relieved and says, so you think someone set us up? Who would do something like that? I don't know, Rita says, but it's still on you for putting yourself at risk chasing a fisherman's tail. What would I do if something happened to you, Roddy? Roddy? Roddy looks down at the ground. You're right. I was being an idiot. I just thought that if I could do something grand, I could ensure that you and the baby would have a comfortable life. Rita pauses and says, is that what you think I want? To be comfortable? I know that life is hard, and that every day I wake up is going to offer me new challenges. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because I have you to help me face each and every one of them. You don't have to do more than you already are. I'm with you because you're already exactly who you need to be. Roddy crumbles in his partner's arms and says, I love you so much, Rita. Rita replies, I love you too, even when you do act like an idiot. They both stand. Roddy appears to remember something. By the way, what is this thing, and how are you riding one? Rita says, oh, how could I forget? I have some rats to introduce you to. Rita directs the alligator to return home, and he proceeds through the maze of tunnels with the rats in tow. Rita, Roddy, and the gator arrive in a large village comprised of wooden structures and torches. Rita tells Roddy that this place is one of many villages belonging to this tribe of rats. Are you shocked at how long this is going?
I'm amazed at how much work you put into this. It's like, great. Keep going.
Okay. Rita tells Roddy that this place is one of many villages belonging to this tribe of rats. Come on, you should meet their leader, Rita says, beckoning Roddy. The villagers are shown to be close-knit and familial. Some are laughing and relaxing, while others are tending to a crop of gigantic snap peas. Roddy says, this place is incredible. An old man's voice replies, isn't it just? The old man is the tribe's leader. He explains that their people have learned to travel the maze of the sewer by taming the abandoned pet alligators from the surface. Roddy asks him why they don't settle in one spot. The chief answers that several large rat cities have been invaded and conquered by Rattler's regime, so it's safer to live nomadically. Oh my God, says Roddy with a terrible realization. I told them about Retropolis. They could already be looking for it. Rita says, oh no, the people have no idea. Roddy turns to the chief. Please, we need your help. We can't possibly repel them on our own. The chief explains that his people aren't warriors, just families and survivors. I can't ask them to risk their lives. Please, Roddy, pleads Roddy. Can you at least help us get home before they find it? The chief thinks for a moment and comes to a decision. Take one of the young sewer beasts. He gestures to a nearby tribe's rat. Please show them the way. Give them the biggest adolescent we have. Roddy and Rita thank the chief and follow the tribe's rat to the stables. Act 3. Final stretch, baby. Okay. Roddy and Rita are zipping through the sewer on the back of a particularly energetic young lizard. Rita turns to Roddy and shouts over the wind, we shouldn't be too far from Retropolis. Roddy nods affirmatively. Just up ahead, Roddy notices something swimming through the sewer. As they get closer, its shape becomes clear, and it's the red herring once again. It's the herring, he shouts. We're moving faster than it. I think we can catch it. Rita shouts back, you need to get over that stupid fish. We have bigger problems now. Roddy responds, this fish is what started everything, and I know this sounds crazy, but it's been chasing me this entire time. You have to understand, we can put a stop to this. Rita nods and commands the gator to charge full steam ahead and bite the fish. The gator inches closer and closer until he finally grabs a hold of and rips off the fish's tail. The fish immediately loses control of itself and slams into a pile of junk, flipping it out of the water and onto the solid ground. As the gator pulls close to the fish spot, both Rita and Roddy hop off to examine the wreckage. As they do, a small hatch on the exterior of the fish opens up, and a large rat stumbles out in a daze. Roddy exclaims, "It was you?" As the rat stands up to reveal that he is Sid, the rat from the last movie that flushes Roddy down the toilet and steals his life.
The fat rat.
Yes. Sid sneers, "Yes, Roddy, it was me. When you went back to the sewers, I thought my life would finally be on easy street, but no. Your family let a goddamn cat inside, and it started stealing all the luxuries that I had become accustomed to. The day you stole my life in the sewers was the worst day of my life. Roddy punches him in the face. You stole my life, you crazy son of a bitch. You're mad at me because I let you keep it? Through all the pain, Sid replies, exactly. And now my revenge is complete. Rita shouts, what are you talking about? You lost. Sid smiles. Once Rattler catches up to us, you both lose. I led him to your precious home, so you could lose everything too. Rita kicks Sid in the balls like 15 times. Let's hurry, Roddy. We can still warn them, Rita says. Walking back to the gator. Roddy takes another look at Sid, watching him laugh maniacally while clutching his balls. You're right, he says as he turns to follow her. Some time passes as Roddy and Rita ride their alligator to Retropolis. We finally see a light at the end of the tunnel, getting bigger and bigger, until our heroes finally emerge and are back home. Finally, Rita says, looking at the skyline, we're finally back. Before the moment can set in, a loud bang echoes through the city. We see a closed-off sewer tunnel get blasted open as Rudolph Rattler's yacht glides through the rubble. Over a loudspeaker aboard the yacht, Rattler's shrill voice announces, prepare yourselves, citizens, and relax as I liberate you from the tragic burdens of your free will. Following the yacht are several small vessels packed with soldiers. They quickly pull ashore and a flood of soldiers begin to sweep through the town. Rattler's laughs echo loudly from his loudspeaker. But as soon as the second wave of soldiers leaves the tunnel, another sound erupts. Rita and Roddy let out a war cry while charging towards the yacht on their alligator. The gator clamps down on the boat, nearly biting it in half. Roddy and Rita use the gator's snout like a boarding ramp and jump aboard the yacht. Go blimey! Rattler exclaims in a British accent instead of his usual German. What did he just say? Roddy asks Rita. Bloody hell, that crowd's a Brit. Rudolph Rattler replies to them in a shaky German accent. I have no idea what you gits are blabbering about. I don't know, I'm trying. I have no idea what you gits are blabbering about. Men, subdue them. I was trying to merge it. It didn't work. Okay. Men, subdue them. The soldiers start flooding the deck of the ship, leaving Roddy and Rita surrounded. Roddy shouts, Rita, But Rita cuts him off. She says, Roddy, forget about saying I'm sorry. Just say I love you. Roddy holds her close. I love you, Rita. Rita replies, I know. In the next moment, a loud rumbling in the distance starts growing louder. The walls of Retropolis shake, and the water trembles as a huge adult alligator appears, carrying at least 150 rats on its back. The tribe rats rush into the city and start rescuing citizens left and right. We see them rescue some young, able-bodied Retropolians and hand them weapons to join the fight. In the end, all of the soldiers that can still run flee back into the sewers on their boats. The city is damaged, but nowhere near unfixable. We see Tribes Rat and Ratropolian standing side by side to aid the reconstruction efforts. Cut to the Jammy Dodger 3, moored at harbor. We see Roddy leave for work as his new construction job. He waves goodbye to his wife. We see her cradling 2 babies, looking tired but happy. As the credits roll, we see Roddy whistle down the street on his way to work. At one point, he glances at a poster asking for extra hands to join the counteroffensive against the regime's forces. Roddy passes by it with only a moment of hesitation. The end.
Wow. That is a fucking Odysseal masterpiece, dude. I hate nothing I hate more than a fucking kids movie that talks down to its audience.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna understand a weaving plot with political overtones.
Yeah. Several.
Kids can fucking grasp this shit.
I wanted to make Dune for kids.
Exactly. Fucking did. There's no way that they don't pick it up. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
I think I got a shot. I think DreamWorks are about to have another hit on
you
their
had
hands.
an unbelievably fleshed out plan for that. That's crazy.
My writing process was the idea was had like 2 nights ago or some shit. I started writing like at noon, like went for about 4 hours straight, just did act 1. The Pacer game was on, so I watched that. And then I went back, started act 2. Then this morning I've just been ripping through and writing the rest of this. I've had no time for revision. I've had no time.
No need for it. That's crazy, bro. You wrote a whole ass script. I wrote more of like a loose storyboard that will take probably 5 minutes to get through. But that is a masterpiece, dude.
I don't know why
incredible.
I did it.
No, it was worth every fucking word. That's crazy.
Okay.
I gotta see that shit.
I do want to see it brought to life.
I need it real now.
I've got a very great idea of it in my head. I'm just looking for a couple $100,000 from teamwork.
Oh, they're gonna give you more than that.
Hell yeah.
You gotta have a bigger budget than that, bro. You
Awesome.
gotta make an animated movie. The animators are fucking. They work like 18-hour days.
Yeah.
they don't. You gotta pay for a lot of
The
labor.
lazy ones,
Yeah. Wow, yeah, Flushed Away 2 coming to theaters 2026.
Yeah, at least.
Get your kids and support Dumb Street.
Get your kids, get your wife.
Yeah.
Come see Rat 2.
Yeah. All right, and now if I may get to my pitch, I'm speaking directly to the Disney Corporation now.
Okay. That might be a better pitch for the setting, but I think I did a lot of the legwork, and I think they're going to appreciate that. I definitely failed at the presentation and pitch aspect of this.
No, mine is like a very we took this this assignment two very different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You wrote like a whole ass like script. I was more just like I've got a loose storyboard here.
Yeah.
But I think that it'll sell just as well. Okay, I can flesh things out a little bit. I'm just trying to grab your attention here. Okay, I'm trying to give you your next money Goliath, Disney Corporation. Okay,
Awesome.
If there's one thing that you need more of, it's money. And if there's one thing I know how to do, it's make money. Okay, you've seen Cars. We've all seen Cars.
I've in fact seen Cars.
And kids fucking hate that movie because it's boring, because cars are stupid.
If there's one universal opinion that kids have, it's that Cars is a bad movie.
Yeah, the kids hate cars.
Yep.
We've also seen Planes.
Even worse.
And, well, have your opinion, I'll have mine. I think it is outstanding.
Oh, okay.
I think Planes is a huge step up.
Okay, I'm ready to get my mind changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, what this is about evolution, right? You have Cars, and it's a total flop. Everyone hates it.
Yeah.
You have Planes, critical success.
That's what I remember.
Selling like crazy.
Yeah.
And the thing that they love about this type of movie, this Disney Corporation, is that it sells toys, man.
Yeah.
They sell the little toy cars, they sell the little toy planes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, get ready, motherfucker, for Disney's Tanks, a geopolitical tale for children.
This is what we've been waiting for. Finally. Because we've all been asking the question. Every time you watch Cars, you say, okay, but what about the war machines?
What about the machines of war? Are they also sentient? And the answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
The answer is obviously. So
that does paint an interesting picture about like bombing planes, because that is just them shitting.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
They have no control. They just get their ass opened and it's dropped forcibly.
It's for kids.
It's for kids. Dumb kids. So picture this. It's the present year. Russia's deployed 250 brand new tanks into Ukraine.
Yeah.
Among them is Chipper Charismatic Turboy the tank, who's never seen combat before.
Chipper Charismatic Turboy the tank?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, no, that's not his name. Okay.
No.
I thought his name was Chipper Charismatic Turboy the tank.
No, that's just describing him. Jeez.
Okay, sorry.
He likes to shoot buildings for his boss, Putank, roll through the streets of Kiev with his buddies, and he likes to chug fuel at the Honeywell, which is the local bar for tanks. All the tanks hang out there.
All the tanks hang out
All
there.
the tanks hang out there. This is the kind of stuff we see. As life goes on, Turboy has fun shooting buildings and leveling towns until he meets a small Ukrainian boy named Zekugil. They have all sorts of things in common. They both watch the Orville, which is that great.
Yeah, I know.
You know the
Orville.
They both drink gasoline intended
Seth
for
MacFarlane.
cars. Yes. And they both even love to play Race to the Hospital, but Turboy usually gets there first.
He's so fast.
By the time he gets there, there's no hospital left for anyone else.
Is Turboy the fastest tank?
He's a special tank. He's got ambition.
Okay.
As Turboy and Sekijil talk, Sekijil airs his grievance about the Romanian people. He hates their culture, their clothes, and the way they dance. Turboy is very convinced.
Oh no, Turboy.
Turboy rants and raves about the Romanians all on his own and within a matter of days about learning about them. He runs off to tell the other tanks his findings. Sekijil runs back to his village to tell them that he may have diverted the tanks. Turboy then returns to his fellow tanks and regales them with tales of Romanian children hunting pregnant women for sport. He tells them that they all have secret demonic tattoos on the inside of their skin. His words, though horrifying, resonate with his compatriots.
Yeah, that's scary. Oh no.
Turboy leads his fellow tanks to the border of Romania, where he gives a speech to his fellow tanks. He says, "This is the country of Andrew Tate. This is the country of Klaus Johannes. This is a vile, lawless land, and only we, with our industrial might and brute force, can tame it with hellfire. Rally behind me, tanks, and pick your own fight. Don't be blindly ordered. You decide."
And that's a good message. The end of that.
Poo Tank is none too pleased.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, in Russia, Poo Tank is furious. His trusted tanks have abandoned his cause, and now a small underground organization of Ukrainian children led by Sekijil are threatening his remaining forces. Poo Tank decides that only he can level the playing field, and he's going to run through Ukraine and Romania both to get the Turboy.
Someone needs to stop him. No.
Now, as a result of the Poo Tank invasion, the people of Ukraine all flee into Romania following Turboy. But the people of Romania, fleeing Turboy's wrath, invade Poland. Now, the people of Poland, not wanting to be involved in this, flee into Russia to get away from the gross Romanian people.
Of course.
And the people of Russia then follow Poo Tank into a now newly conquered Ukraine without looking back, since they wanted it so fucking bad anyway.
Wow.
Now, Turboy sets his sights on destroying all of the physical infrastructure of Romania, since most of the people fled, but it's just not the same. And when the Ukrainians move in, Turboy reunites with Sekijil, where they rejoice and realize that this basically fixes everything, because now Romania is populated with Ukrainians.
Oh.
Now it's the Polish that have all the Romanians, so now it's who cares anymore.
They moved.
But Poo Tank's still on his way. And it was time for Turboy to defend his new home.
A final stand for Turboy.
Turboy and Poo Tank face off in Bucharest, blowing the once populated city to smithereens with tank parts and the human-like flesh that's underneath all Pixar vehicles flying everywhere.
Because we never did get an answer on that. So it's good
There is
that
a
in
human
canon.
flesh underneath that.
It's good to establish that.
Yeah. Just when it seems like all hope is lost, Turboy's friends, including all of the Ukrainian people and Sekijil, show up to help. And that makes the difference, having friends in war.
It's like the end of Star Wars Episode 9.
Exactly, the
Wow.
end. So I hope that I'm looking for a budget of $80 million.
That was so impressive, because you were talking about that you don't need to dumb it down for your audience.
Exactly.
And we've also been talking about teaching children how to think.
Exactly.
What to think, and how that's education.
If you don't get
and you do both of those things extremely well.
Exactly. If you don't get children thinking about geopolitics early,
Yeah.
they're going to be way too easily persuaded when they're younger. They need to learn about these things. And I think this is a tale with just enough fantastic elements, kind of, these kind of mass migration, the big battles. It's enough to keep children interested, but also learning about what happens with displacement.
Yeah. No, the children come for the military tactics, and they
Yes.
get to learn about the horrors of war.
Yeah.
So I think that's
kind
going
of-
to be... I think Disney's going to be fucking foolish
Think
to
about
not
all
pick
the
something like that up.
Yeah, think about all the tank toys you're gonna sell. I mean, it's
Legitimately.
just obvious. Like
It's completely obvious.
So Yeah, I'll be receiving my call anytime now. You can give me a check in the mail. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So, and how is Disney and DreamWorks going to see this?
Well, we've been talking to them. I'll send them the link over email, and we'll probably get money at some point out of this. I mean, why the fuck are we doing this if not?
Well, no, it's because because you emailed Disney and you said, me and my friend Jackson have 2 pitches for you. We'll check back in 2 weeks, and then you can get back to us. And so you waited 2 weeks. You told me last minute to write a pitch.
Yeah.
And I did that. And so because I've had so little time to really focus on the whys of this and the hows, I just haven't gotten to ask the question, did they ever respond to you? Do you know if any executives know about our show?
Well, why would they respond to us before we have the pitch? We have to have the pitch ready, and then it's like, okay, well, now they're going to pay attention to us.
No, that's correct, but normally a pitch meeting is something that you arrange with a group of producers or executives.
So it's not something that you just kind of put out there?
No, I can't think of a time when that's happened, but I'm not going to say outright no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry to rush you.
I hope I didn't just waste our time. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to actually get us jobs out of this, but we've already done the hard part of getting our pitches written. It's like now we just got to get these in front of people.
Yeah, and
man, this sucks.
I'm really hoping that they do see this because you told me so last minute. I had to cancel an audition I had for HBO.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and my agent's pissed.
Damn. Well, hey, this will go somewhere, I promise.
Okay.
And look, I've even got a backup plan. This will close the show nicely. Is another way I'm making money right now is that Warner Brothers reached out to me.
Oh.
And I'm happy to announce I can get you in on this, and Dumb Street LLC can actually become a subsidiary of them, so they can pay us directly because I've been chosen to lead the casting department for the new Joker movie.
Wow. Wow.
So
that's crazy that you're so well connected and you didn't know how pitch meetings work.
I know. Well, I'm on my side of things.
That just seems totally incongruous.
Well, it's, I'm not involved in the creative aspect of this movie. I'm just casting. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm just choosing the person. Okay. Warner Brothers put out a casting call. And they said,
a casting call for a casting director?
Well,
So who was the casting director?
So no, it's okay. So they put out
first
the
of all,
casting
you don't
call.
have to yell at me.
They put out the casting call on the internet.
It's not okay.
And I'm just look. You don't have to get fucking snippy. I'm only snippy with you.
I'm
you
not
got
getting
snippy with me, and you're questioning the legitimacy of my participation.
Who raised their voice first?
The camera doesn't lie. That's all I've got to say.
Okay. Well, there is video proof, and so we're gonna see who is right in that argument.
Can I get back to the fucking point? They put out a casting call on the internet. All these people make TikToks, Instagram reels, putting out their audition for the Joker. Okay?
Yeah.
People. It was just my job. I had to go through the hashtag. I had to sift through all the videos, and I have comprised the top 3 best Jokers that I can see using for the upcoming Joker movie.
Okay. I understand what we're doing. I'm not going to fight you about it anymore. I was just looking for some clarification.
Okay. Well, now you fucking understand.
Okay.
So the first audition we have here. Let's take a little look-see.
One.
I'm back in Gotham, Bats, and I have such lovely hopes for the future.
Is that a joke, her?
Yes, exactly. So
a joke
this is a brand new take on Joker. There's no race or gender constraints.
We're doing a bit of a Ghostbusters 2016.
Exactly, like we're including all types of people in this cast, and I think that she was good enough. She gave you a little bit of everything. She gave you that classic laugh at the end there.
If there's something we know about Warner Brothers, it's that every time that they do a Ghostbusters 2016, it works, and everyone loves it.
That's true.
Yep.
So I think she should be in strong consideration, at least. I mean, you can see she put a lot of effort into this outfit. At the
She
very
clearly knows the character. She clearly cares about presenting it in like a way that's accurate to the comic books, but also her own interpretation. I think that she's a really strong contender.
Yeah, she's even got those scary teeth like a Joker should have.
The laugh is truly haunting.
Yeah, I like how it kind of peters out like that.
Imagine that echoing in a dark hallway.
Yeah. Okay, and so next, we've got this gentleman right here with his Joker audition.
Tell us your name. Are you the real Batman? Then why do you dress up like him? Look at me. Oh, but you really do, Brian. You really do. You think Batman's been Gotham a better place? This sounds crazy. Batman's been Gotham. Say you want order in Gotham. Batman must take off his mask and turn himself in. I'm a man of my word.
I'm a man of my word. I love him. He is great.
Yeah, he's really good.
Good scene choice. His delivery was very passionate.
It was, yeah. You could tell that he was holding back, even.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like his mom's in the next room watching Wheel, and he can't be louder than Wheel or else she gets mad.
Yeah, honey, turn down your Tupac.
I'm watching Wheel. Stop being the Joker.
Yeah, I think, he. I'll give my opinion on who I think should win later, but I mean, I think he really nailed his chosen scene. And finally, we've got this entry right here.
Oh, who am I? Well, they call me the Joker. And I am the clown prince of crime. Let's paint the town red, shall we? And when I mean red, I mean let's tear everyone open, splatter their blood and guts everywhere, and make it a perfectly gruesome paint. Shall we? And I am scary. What's wrong, Betsy? Do I terrify you? Well,
Yes.
do I?
Yes. That is the most haunting one.
Now that I think about it, like, because he's improvising this, man. This isn't a script.
Well, he started out with I believe it's either lines from Arkham Asylum or from the classic animated series Joker, like the Mark Hamill Joker.
I'm the clown prince of crime.
I think he starts with that, and then he starts riffing, and that's when it gets truly unsettling.
Yeah, when he's just freeballing it.
His laugh could use some work, but I think we've got a good base there.
Yeah, like he's clearly doing this enough when the camera's off that I feel like I can trust him to like get in character and to kind of perfect this role.
He's got an iconic look. He's kind of giving me those Barry Keoghan vibes.
Yes, that's true.
I think he's going to be that type of Joker.
So just between Tupac Joker, and I guess I'll call him Sharpie Joker because it looks like he did those eyes with Sharpie. I mean, I feel like Sharpie Joker. I mean, he's also got that teeth factor. Look at those teeth.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like he really nails it. I want to get an extra opinion, but
Okay, well, I'll let you know that right off the bat, he's my strongest contender. I'm thinking back, however, to Tupac Shakur, as he's called.
Yes.
And he has a favorite Joker, but he's not adapting it to make it his own Joker. That's
true.
what I think puts number 3 over it.
It's true. He's doing a faithful
That Joker
impression.
lady is a full-on. She's doing her own thing. She's full-on, like that is her interpretation of the Joker as only she can present.
But I think also that there's elements of the kind of cartoony Nicholson Joker in her Joker. I think the third Joker, Sharpie Joker, is like, he might be the most modern kind of like unhinged type of Joker that we need to.
His design is the
sell
biggest
tickets.
departure, I think.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, it would probably be a pretty big departure if Joker was a big fat guy in a Tupac shirt without any makeup on.
But you gotta have it. Like, but people get tired of the same thing.
You're
wanna
right.
See the same interpretation.
You want
of the Joker
variety
over and over again.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a really tight. I searched through thousands of these audition tapes,
Millions.
and these are the best ones.
These are the best ones.
It's tricky, but I think Hayden G. I think we're in agreement. Mm-hmm. You are our next Joker.
You are America's next top
America's
Joker.
next top Joker.
Congratulations. You'll be receiving a pipe bomb in the mail, but then you'll be able to send that. We're not going to explode you. You'll be able to explode someone with that pipe bomb.
You fucking just turn it on and then return to sender.
Yeah, unless it
we'll
gets
take
jostled in the box, in which case don't open it.
Yes.
But, like, ask the driver if he dropped it. And
That
that's
would
probably
be
going to be
good,
the
right.
best way you're going to get to tell.
But also, if a pipe bomb gets sent to your house, that wasn't us. That wasn't us.
True. That's really smart, because then we're saying we didn't do it.
We didn't. Well, because we didn't do it.
Yeah, but you're saying on the podcast because we didn't do it, but we did do it.
That's right. No. You know what? I think that'll do it for Dump Ass Street this week. Thanks for tuning in. Come back tomorrow for.
Bye, all my
question-
little dumplings.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Oh, that's a good
Goodbye.
one. Bye, dumplings.
You know what? Yeah, I
That's
haven't thought about that
That's
one
it.
before.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Jackson fans and the dumplings.
All right. Bye, my little dumps.
See ya.